Among the flowering beds that I have all over the garden, this is the one that undergo a lot of transformation during the whole season from spring to winter. I have a lot of perennials here that flower one after the other. We use the terrace very often, especially now during the summer in the evenings. It's really very nice to see how the flowers just bloom one after the other, different textures, different colors. But it's only white, blue, and pink. Anyway, I don't have yellows here and no reds except for the berries that I have that I still have to harvest. So I will have to deadhead the roses and some other flowers here that are now drying up. And I have to dig out some white loosestrife because they are strangling the maple and the pink Annabelle that I have there. And then I will be trimming the topiary, the English yew topiary that I have there that I forgot to trim last time. And the last thing I'll do today is to harvest the red currant so I can bake a cake for tomorrow. And the birds started feeding on them, so I'd like to harvest some for us, and then I'm done for today. Guys, I'm done taking out most of the white loosestrife that was just too invasive, strangling all the other plants there and the maple. So it looks better now. I will be planting some annuals right now or tomorrow. Tomorrow, it's now turning dark very soon, so I'll do it tomorrow. And I will be transferring the rest of the loosestrife, the white loosestrife, in fall. I left some right now. And then I will replace it with maybe another hydrangea, another variety. But I'll have to check on that first. Okay. So as you can see, this bed looks very different again from the last video I made. Now the Annabelle is in full bloom. There are some hostas that are also in bloom right now. The one with the purple flowers there. These are white flowering phlox. Starting to open up. This is the Dittany. I showed you in some of the videos. They had really beautiful flowers, and now these are the seed pods, I think they call them, and I just leave them because they are very beautiful, I think, to my taste. This is the common verbena, and since it has very slender and few foliage, it always looks like it's floating to me. And I was wishing it will self-seed, but it didn't. So I'd really like to have more of those, and I would like to plant it over there where I took some loose strife. So there's the pink Annabelle. I'm not really even sure if it's called pink Annabelle, but the tag said so when I bought it, so I'll check on that. The Astilbe is already done. I'll leave it for now. It's still okay, I think. There are still some alliums here. It still looks good. I took some for flower arrangement lately. The Japanese spirea is now done, although sometimes I deadhead and they'll develop more blossoms. So I'll be deadheading the brown ones, and then they'll have more flowers. So that's the pink flowering phlox. I hope I'll get more blossoms. That is the zinnia. I have several zinnias that survived from the snails. Most of them were eaten by the snails. We had so much rain lately that there are more snails coming to eat my plants. So guys, here are the red currant that I harvested yesterday and today in the morning. There are still some berries there in that one plant because it started raining, but it's a few, only a few, so I can just leave it for the birds. So what I do with these berries, one thing is to just bake a cake for today for coffee. I just use the puff pastry and then just put the berries on top, fresh berries. That way we can have all the vitamins that are in there, and just serve it with whipping cream or vanilla sauce. And the rest I will make juice from it and just put them in ice trays for my smoothie in winter. I just take like 1 or 2 cubes of the frozen juice for my smoothie in the mornings. And the rest, if I have more, I usually make jelly. So the cake is served, and we'll try to enjoy it now after the rain. So hope you enjoyed the video, and see you again in 2 days. Have a nice day.